All right, guys, we are back. I am Joe, Show Guy Joe. As always, I got with me.
Tafara TV.
We are back for another week of Ultraman. We are expecting high caliber acting because we got it last week, and now we need nothing but high caliber acting and decent Ultra fights, but mostly like Japanese Oscar award winning acting and scenery chewing and all sorts of stuff. But what do we get at this episode? I peeked at it. Apparently, we're doing the old falling in love with the voice over the radio trope. And standard Ultraman shenanigans follow. I also believe we get ugly crying. I'm not sure, but we'll find out.
Okay.
Fortunately, no subtitles, which kind of sucks, but we got to deal with it because Subaraya is a lenient master, but we don't want to tip him over. So
So this is
fun,
somebody new we're being introduced to, right?
huh?
This is a new character we're being introduced to, right?
There's a new character, Kazuo. I don't know if he's going to stick around or not. I kind of got the feeling he may, but I'm not entirely sure. As always, we're going to just try and skip the theme song just a little bit. All right. This week comes with everything. So, there we go. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Something is approaching the planet. Red eyes. So, fun fact in CB radio, it's universally in English
Really?
to identify yourself. Yeah, even control towers
Hmm.
using radio have to be in English.
I, news to me. So all these things have been coming from space, then, right? Or some of them are part of the planet.
I think this is our first outside of the. Well, no, we had two come through an interdimensional barrier.
Right.
The other ones have come from the Earth. I think this is our first full-on space kaiju in this series. Because the two Zeton-looking insect ones were through the interdimensional barrier.
Okay, so this is our Ghidorah.
Yeah. So they have noted the GDF has found a strange subspace signal attracting something, and through triangulation, we got this.
So
We
do they?
found where this is.
So are we predicting the signal is probably what's calling the thing to the Earth?
Pretty much. And the opposite end is some space alien lady called Fio. Where Kazuo is a shut-in who has no friends, and only friend is Fio. Honestly, not too bad. Just a lot of talking back and forth, and Fio getting her Japanese slightly wrong because her translator app is imperfect. Now we're just gonna have a montage of this. This is not that bad. I mean, single set, his setup's not too bad. The wire management's terrible. I'll tell
I
you
was
that
gonna say,
much.
well, why is he in the chair like L from Death Note? Or is that just some people there sit? Because I have noticed that in like other shows like this that I have breezed through from time to time.
I mean, if they can do that, more power to them. I just don't think that's comfortable. I mean, I can try it.
It's I can
Can't
hold
confirm, not comfortable.
I can hold this for maybe another 2 minutes.
And then the thigh or the hamstring starts to cramp.
Exactly. So the
Although
signal's
you
being
got to remember, since Japanese people traditionally sit on their legs a lot for some things, not all the time. It's mostly ceremonial stuff, but they are trained to do that. Or sitting on the floor so much, they may be just used to it.
okay.
Ah, yes, the one thing we all fear: direct human interaction.
I was gonna say, what was up with the lighting? And I'm realizing he's got blackout curtains that's just a little bit peeking through. This apartment has got to smell crazy.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be like the very stereotypical neat, where like the trash bags are like tied up all over the apartment and everything.
I
This
was
actually
honestly,
just looks like
I
he's
was expecting
reading.
that when they showed us the first wide shot. I'm like, no, this is relatively clean. He's just a shut-in. I see a few
Yeah,
pizza boxes and I think noodle cups under the table, but that's about it.
maybe some reading material, maybe for like how to work your CB, your subspace transmitter radio.
That too.
I do like that Yuma like is generally interested in what he's doing, but this dude just like has no like idea of how to communicate with humans at this point. I guess.
Right. So if you ever meet Mrs. CB Radio, what are you gonna do?
Well, we'll discuss that during the emotional scene of this.
He's almost got like the mini podcast setup that the dude had. Brian Tyree Henry had in Godzilla versus Kong.
God, he isn't just about everything we watch right now, isn't he?
Playing the same person.
He played a little bit different in Eternals.
Eternals, I feel like was a lot. I feel like Eternals was the easiest role for him to play because I feel like he really does have a soft side, and it's like the most gangster you were gonna get out of him was from Atlanta, and he just won't go back. Because even in Transformers, you hear it slipping out, and then it's like you hear him put it back away, and I'm like, dude, just go full Megatron for like 5 minutes. Is he just eavesdropping on him now?
Well, because the dude Kazo's like, yeah, nothing's going on here. You can go. I'll let you guys. I'll be sure to call the skip hotline. I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not doing nothing. You can go.
But the signals they're picking up are all translating back to his
Yes.
location. Maybe because he has the one CB radio in 2024.
I mean, that may be a bit of a dead giveaway.
Computer also probably has LimeWire on it.
Like we were having a discussion in the group chat. My computer's almost 15 years old. At least my computer doesn't have LimeWire. My computer can run StarCraft 2, and that's it. Up to StarCraft 2, and that's it.
Let's see, mine is a late 2011, so 13 years on mine.
And now they're just talking about each other's environments. So, what's your planetary environment like? It's like, oh, it's rain. We get rain.
Is he talking to the kaiju?
No, I did think that originally. It's like, oh man, this is gonna be so twisted if he's talking to the kaiju.
And it lands conveniently towards Japan because why make anyone else deal with it?
And I think specifically Hoshimoto City. Is that where we're at? Hoshimoto? Because if they go anywhere else, I think technically there are other ultras on this world. So I think this is the same universe as Blazar.
Okay.
I think. However, ultras can easily pop across the multiverse, no problem. So, and it's far less complicated than Marvel.
Well, hopefully Fantastic Four clears that up.
God, I hope.
You getting feedback or? Oh, Something might have crash landed by his house. Damn, my allergies are killing me. And here it is.
You know, if he just had his morpher, this would be much easier to take care of.
Right.
Sorry, not the fact that I know he's Dino Thunder Red. I'm just like, where's your little Dino dude? He talked to you all the time on the bracelet.
You know, I now appreciate the way American shows at least fade to black when they cut the commercial because they just throw that shit right in the middle of these shows.
Yeah, I
And
know.
you almost
It's so
like I was because you're like, what the hell just happened? And it's just they don't. There's no transition between like not a fade wipe, not anything. They just commercial, 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 back to the show. What?
Oh, he's a kaiju that uses like sonar, daredevil vision. So he watches in an ultraviolet spectrum, or sees in an ultraviolet spectrum.
Is he trying to get him out of there or just off the radio?
Both, because they believe the frequency is what's drawing the monster to them. And here's Fio to tell him everything.
Well, woman, like send this man. Give him your number at this point. Like we don't just come to the modern age, please.
Like, we should probably stop. Don't know if this is where she tells him, like, hey, I've kind of been lying to you. My planet sucks. It's dying. Almost everybody else is dead. I think I'm the last person on the planet alive.
Oh,
And I
so
just
she's
want
not
to
on
say,
Earth.
huh?
She's not on Earth.
She's not on Earth. He's got
Okay,
like a
I thought he
full
was.
on like actual subspace transmitter in his apartment.
Okay, I thought he was just some guy talking to somebody on the somewhere on the planet through a CB radio.
Which, we kind of like realize how much this doesn't work for actual science, but that's fine. JP1514 amateur radio station. But they are receiving each other in real time in space, and she's in an undesignated galaxy, getting real time signal from him. Sorry, guys. I just went to Star Trek convention, so I actually had actual astrophysicists and astronomers tell me how some of this stuff works.
No, don't evacuate or do your jobs or anything. Just stand there and stare until Ultraman comes and cleans this shit up.
Well, the monster's not really being a menace. Like, it's not actively destroying anything. It's just defending itself.
Is it just responding then?
Yeah, it's like a noise-only kind of monster. Like, it sees the noise. So it's going straight to the signal.
So like the Quiet Place demons.
Except less threatening.
True.
Like, I think it looks evil, but like this is legitimately a very passive kaiju. It's not actively doing anything wrong.
I'm curious if it was originally on her home planet and found its way here.
And I don't think they ever went into that.
Because if it's picking up on the signal, it's going in two directions. So it was just a 50-50 on if it goes there or if it already decimated her world and then came here.
Again, I don't think it's like actively evil. Could just be a roaming space kaiju.
Also that. But please protect this tiny possibly affordable apartment. I don't know what rent's like in Japan. Dude, leave. Let it just. You could be packing all that equipment up and just leaving. Just plug it up somewhere else.
Rolling Sabat. I always love Ultraman in fights at night. Yeah, he's a sound based kaiju.
All right, Andy can fly.
Coming over the planet, Ultraman's like right next to them, and no one notices.
All right, shield, do something magical again. Oh,
Think it
destructo.
will. So it's got the there it is. It's got the laser chainsaw or laser reflection.
Okay, we're getting like some weird, like some different camera, not first person, but like chase angles almost.
I mean, okay, we get a flying fight.
Curious if this goes into orbit. Also, I didn't realize he could fly
Your Ultraman?
or jump good, one of the two. Yeah. Yeah, the camera work on this fight is nice.
I like it.
Is it talking?
No, the frequency from the timer is
Oh,
like
okay.
screwing with the monster. Monster do not like bad sound.
Galactic Donuts.
No, what you're looking is an actual functioning and often used and successful Kienzon. So it's attracted to the frequency the Ultra Blade. It's making so he just like tossed it out into space. And it's like, okay, I'm out.
You know, that's fair because this monster wasn't really, it was more so on the defensive and just responding, so didn't really need to kill it.
Uh-oh. So in just a moment, we're about to see a very ugly crying scene. And you know this may be real because it's actual ugly crying.
Is she cutting the signal or is she dying off on her world?
Probably a little bit of both. But here's where I see it's like the nose snot from the crying.
Yep,
It's
I
like
see it leaking already.
it's like, oh wow, that's some actual good crying because like you just don't see like that too much.
People are getting these guest spots on Ultraman and they are not wasting any minutes.
Nah, so I can believe this dude is actually losing it on the thing. The nose snot may be a bit much, but
I mean,
like
I
he's
get
legit
he
like
is,
crying morning.
I mean, depending on how long he's been up to this, I get it. He's losing the only other person he contacts with. Who's he gonna go talk to? Humans? He has to go
Yuma.
outside. He has to go outside for that.
He's doing it. He's going full thing. I legitimately, when I first watched this, thought this is where the episode ended.
It seems like the perfect place to just cut to black.
Because it is fading to black, so it's like, wait, is this
Oh shit!
legitimately the end of the episode?
And we're gonna come back to happy office times now.
Then it's the next day, and Ben's like, where's Yuma? Yeah, he hasn't come in yet.
Did he actually go to check on the shut-in?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, are we just leaving him like that?
Yeah, I mean, I legitimately thought when it faded to black, it's like, that's the end of the episode. We're going to see U-Bot, like, showing us movies. I think they're just talking about the people that they've lost. I mean, it kind of makes sense that they would, like, be simpatico because Yuma's dealing, knows the feeling of losing both his parents, despite the fact it was his fault for looking back while they were trying to get away, but that's beside the point.
This is also true. It was very Kenny of you. Look up at the stars, because I'm sure she's out there somewhere. Along with that thing we hopefully don't ever see or hear from again.
Lord only knows. All right, let me see if we can get to the next, to the Japan Next, all the sponsors. Nice rolling spot. What do we got next episode? Man fighting robot.
I'm curious if this is like an anti-Ultraman.
Lord only knows. Just in the background as the dude's mourning, giant monster fight.
And that wasn't enough to get him outside.
All right, that's the episode. Tafari, what do you think?
I didn't realize he was talking to a girl in space for the first half of the episode, but I do like the fact that we're not necessarily. I like that we're not resorting to just automatically killing the kaiju if we don't need to. Like the fact that at least one, the camera work for this fight was phenomenal. I think it's some of the best we've had so far, especially being an aerial combat fight. But also the fact that they were just like, okay, it's clearly just the signal. It's not actually malicious. So I like that we're kind of giving the monsters outside of looks some variety.
Story was fun. I dug the whole, uh, kind of the whole romance thing. I like. I did like the twist. Like, yeah, my planet's so polluted that we literally can't go outside. I think everyone's dead. I'm the last person alive on the planet. Love you. Bye.
The whole time she has a boyfriend, she just doesn't want to talk to him anymore.
Honestly, I thought like maybe Ultraman would like fly and grab her. Like, I know he doesn't know where it is, but he's also Ultraman, so he can like use one of his Ultra abilities to like track and oh, she's on that planet. Let me go grab her real quick. But like, also still, dude, mourning her loss. We don't get to see that amount of ugly crying, actual like mourning in a lot of TV or movies. We see the tears, yeah, but you don't see the snot just coming out of the nose from the for the cry and the crying.
Right.
So bravo on them for again really reaching on this acting.
I don't know if they have what kind of awards they have for acting in Japan, but I'm hoping somebody gets a guest spot or somebody gets some kind of guest spot award on Ultraman because the last two episodes and possibly next week looks like they've been they've been bringing in some heavy recruits.
They're doing a good job. And now we only got like 15 more episodes, possibly 14 more episodes to go.
If they can keep just only going up from here, this show could
It's been
win
good.
whatever they got.
All right, guys. So that will do it for tonight. We will be back next week with Ultraman episode 11. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. I don't even know if people use the bell anymore. Lose the bell. I mean, if you use the bell, you'll get notified when the new Ultraman episodes go up. We will have 2 this week because my life is hectic. You'll see us tomorrow night on Get Bit. See Tafari on Mondays trying to make people laugh. He's heavy at work. I gotta let him go real quick because he's got a lot of editing to do, I know. And you'll see me on the gaming channel, Total Justice Gaming, as I'm streaming Warhammer 40k to Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2. God, that's a long title. I know nothing about the lore of Warhammer 40k. I will never buy those armies. I'm not that rich.
I've heard some. Everybody I know who's into it seems to love it, and God bless them because I just don't have time to get invested into another thing. But if it's great, it's great.
Nah, can't do it. Don't want to be back in game stores anymore. I've lived that life, and now I lead a different life, which I like. So, without belittling the gaming community, which is a fantastic community, I've made wonderful friends there.
Yeah.
I just want to be in a different part of my life than in a game store on a constant basis. Okay, that took a bizarre, weird tangent. So we'll see you guys next week. Sorry. We'll see you guys next week. You take it easy.
Later.